jolly good.
Hello, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Clank Zoka, and welcome to another My Thoughts On. Today I'll be talking about Casino Royale, the first Bond film starring Daniel Craig, directed by Martin Campbell. This came out in 2006, and obviously I'm talking about all of the Daniel Craig Bond films to get ready for No Time to Die, which comes out on Friday, this Friday, of course. So that's something to look forward to. Anyways, I'm not too big into James Bond, and I'm not too familiar with it. I've seen a couple of the other films. I think one of them had Pierce Brosnan in it. Obviously, Sean Connery. I can't do Sean Connery. And R.I.P. as well. Roger Moore, also R.I.P. The only ones I've seen are Skyfall and Spectre, which I'll get to later on this week. Skyfall will be Thursday, Spectre will be Friday, and then Quantum of Solace will be tomorrow. Anyways, so what is Casino Royale about? Well, it's about Bond. James Bond, played by Daniel Craig, doing what he usually does. Going on chases, hunting down villains, killing them, killing bad guys, drinking martinis, shaken, not stirred, getting laid with the ladies, big twists, saying all the one-liners and everything. It's pretty much what Bond does best, debatably. Anyway, so what does he do? There's this villain, played by Mads Mikkelsen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, something big is going on, and so Bond has to go to a casino to pretty much confront him and take him out, pretty much. And that's pretty much it. It's quite straightforward and quite easy to follow for the most part. There isn't a lot I can say about Casino Royale, and I'll be very honest, this one, not as good as Skyfall. This one is very basic, by the numbers, standard, run-of-the-mill action spy movies. Not awful or anything like that, it's just kind of decent. The things I like about it is the cinematography, how it's shot is very nice to look at. It's well choreographed, the action is pretty smooth and solid. It's quite silly, but I think it's aware of that. The good stunts, looks beautiful. It is genuinely a really nice film. Daniel Craig is pretty good as Bond, although I think he's a bit too cocky and full of himself, but he plays the part as to be expected. Same with Mads Mikkelsen, who was in Another Round, which came out this year. You'll know him from Doctor Strange, Rogue One, etc., etc., etc. He is super talented, and he is devious and excellent here as the villain. I would say that's a spoiler, but I mean, if you look at the character that he portrays, it's kind of obvious. Also, you got Vesper, played by Eva Green, who is really good. She's a gorgeous, talented, superb actress. She was in Dumbo and Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and I know she's known for Sin City, but I haven't seen them. Judy Dench, always a pleasant delight in any film she's in. Really, she is pretty good and pretty funny, a little bit as well, I'll admit. Jeffrey Wright as well, again pretty good. Everyone is really good. Not one bad performance, shall we say. Excuse me. Lots of very satisfying fights and chases throughout the film. There's lots of interesting scenes. About 50% is just talking, playing poker. And it's interesting in how poker works. And the others is just unexpected twists and action, which is just standard Bond stuff, but not quite as it's convoluted, but not quite as well rounded, I suppose. However, there are things about it that didn't quite work for me. This film is 2 hours and 24 minutes long. At one point of the film should have been over when this whole thing ended. I mean, when the confrontation with the villain and Bond afterwards, or a little afterwards too, it should have ended, but then it's got like another 24 minutes, and the 24 minutes, I'll give credit that it does relate to the story of the movie, but that's about it, really. Yeah, it's there's not much else to the last 24 minutes that adds up, except for love, and something happens, and yeah. Also, too many villains. I like my villains, but there's too many to count. A lot of them betray each other. Others just change sides, and others would, I don't know, just, I don't know. The main villain was pretty interesting, quite cool for the most part. Others didn't really stood out to me, except for Mads Mikkelsen, who was pretty cool. Bond's a very charming, likeable, but also kind of full of himself character, which is kind of the point, really, but it works for the most part, and Vesper's a pretty decent love interest and supporting character. The chemistry between the two is what you would expect. They both talk back to each other with quirky lines and do the kisses and all that, and obviously he gets together and then something happens. It's like that. The story of the movie is decent but hard to follow, which is to be expected, which doesn't help that a lot of the scenes in the movie are just things going on and you don't quite follow it through, and then things just it feels like it's made up on the spot sometimes, and it's very convoluted, very hard to follow at times, which doesn't help that I mean after the first few minutes of the movie, which were pretty cool, afterwards it just kind of dragged on, and the third act felt anticlimactic. Like it just comes and goes like that, and even the confrontation with the villain is, again, very anticlimactic. It goes by quickly and doesn't feel epic. The music of the movie by David Arnold, who I believe did the music for what's it? Oh, what was it? Hot Fuzz. Yes, Hot Fuzz. his music here is not quite as memorable as Skyfall and Spectre by the always wonderful Thomas White, but it still has the action feel to it quite well that really works. So it was nice for the ears. Also, the directing's pretty good from Campbell's whatever. So yeah, Casino Royale is a film I'm probably going to forget about quite soon. Again, there are a few scenes in the movie that I do quite like. It's good action, good characters, well, decent characters. They're all right, but it's easy to follow. It's not bad. It's not great or anything like that, but it had good it's an action movie that has a likable actor, nice visuals, and cool music, and some superb acting also. It's a good time, a very decent Bond movie, and a decent start also. I can't say it's the perfect start or anything like that, but it is, in fact, it was a start. So yeah, I don't think it's amazing or anything like that. It's not something I'd watch again, but But it was fine. It was just kind of what I expected and more. 7.1 out of 10, maybe. Like I said, it's a good, decent movie, but nothing else much more than just that, if you catch the drift. So yeah, Casino Royale. Decent movie, decent Bond movie, but not one I consider to be high praise. So there you go. Next up, Quantum of Solace from 2008. And then afterwards, it's going to get interesting, let me tell you. So yeah, if you have seen Casino Royale, what do you think about it? Is it the best Bond movie? Do you think it's good, bad, decent? Do you want to see it? Let me know below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, I'm going to go and drink a martini. See if it tastes any good. Shaken or stirred. However it goes, it's fine.